As we wrap up 2015, we wanted to take a look back at some of our favorite stories from the year. Here's the Naperville News 17 team with their top picks.
Guitars, banjos, mandolins, and more. Acoustic instruments of any kind make up the sound of the Naperville Riverwalk Pickers.
We started back in 2012 when I was out here playing by myself, and a guy walked by and said he was also a player, so I said, go get your guitar. And he did, and kind of snowballed it from there.
During the summer, the group of amateur musicians meets every Saturday morning around 9 o'clock near the Dandelion Fountain in downtown Naperville. During the winter, they migrate indoors to the Alfred Rubin Riverwalk Community Center. Growing primarily through word of mouth, there are typically 6 to 10 people jamming on any given Saturday, but at times there's been up to 25, as anyone is welcome to join in.
Come out and play. Bring whatever. If you know 4 chords, you're doing okay. You can probably come along, and we'll help. This is something everyone should do. If you like to play with people, and this is a great group to play with.
While the musicians originally played solely for fun, they now have a more notable purpose.
A lot of people would drop money in our cases, like we were buskers or street musicians, which is okay, but we decided that the money better be contributed to something local.
Currently, any money collected supports Bike Bald, a local not-for-profit organization dedicated to childhood cancer awareness. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Evan Summers.
In summer 2013, a massive 50-foot magnet made its way from Brookhaven, New York to Fermilab in Batavia. The 5-day and 3,200-mile journey was the first step in the muon G-2 experiment. 1 year later, the muon G-2 moved into its new home, a building perfectly outfitted to house the magnet. This September, it was powered up, and researchers have been prepping it for the final experiment.
It's super exciting right now because we finally have an opportunity to start looking at a magnet's performance and get it into shape so that it's ready for physics in 2017.
This testing will lead up to the main purpose of moving the magnet, discovering new particles in the universe. The final experiment is slated to start in 2017 and will take 3 9-month-long tests to determine the measurement of a muon and if new particles are found.
This is a really unique experiment, I think, in that we're guaranteed a result. The more exciting thing is that if that number is different from what the theorists tell us it should be, then there's something really interesting in the physics going on.
That interesting phenomenon in physics could mean something big for the scientific community.
We understand an enormous amount of the physical world around us, but we know there's more. In the last 120 years or so, there's been enormous advances in physics. And so to be a part of that, I mean, that's a life goal.
Tony and Corinne share a love for each other, a love for their dogs, and a love for Disney, which led to engagement photos that went viral back in September.
I always, of course, love dogs, obsessed with dogs, and so 101 Dalmatians is always one of my favorite movies, and I just was like, hey Tone, just a thought, maybe for our engagement photo session we could dress up in costumes and reenact the pictures. And I was like, and better than that, we can put our dogs in it, and then we'll have Izzy and Mookie with us too. And they'll always be there with us inside of the pictures.
The couple recreated iconic scenes from the classic Disney film 101 Dalmatians. And after posting the pictures to their social media, the couple received an unbelievable amount of responses.
The greatest thing is that it's us, and it was, a moment of hilarity and maybe a little bit of insanity.
And sincerity. I think that's why people like it too.
With millions of views and thousands of shares, these viral photos are a reminder that artwork can be sentimental for anyone.
A picture, a little piece of art, can tell a story and can be meaningful for people who don't know you and will never know you, and can feel from that with no other instigator. It was pretty cool. It's awesome.
The couple has set a wedding date for June 2016. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Rachel Pierson.
This October, nearly 200 past and present residents of the Saybrook Neighborhood gathered to celebrate the memories and history made over 5 decades, and the book that brought them all together. The man behind it all is Todd Anderlich, who, after moving into Saybrook about a year ago with his family, noticed there were stories woven deep within the colonial-style homes that came to Naperville in the 1960s.
Being a historian myself and somebody who has written several history books, I thought, I should do some research into this neighborhood and see if I can put together some of the pieces to help put together a chronological story of the founding of this neighborhood.
Up until the 60s, most homes in Naperville were spread over farms and acres of land. But what subdivisions like Saybrook offered to those coming to the area was hard to turn down.
This was brand new construction, brand new livable floor plans, and these subdivisions then began to have pools and tennis clubs, and schools were nearby. So it really was getting more convenience.
And the location was ideal. With I-88 nearby and major corporations like Bell Labs and Northern Illinois Gas coming to town, housing was key. Saybrook filled that need and continues to do so today.
Still live in the house on Greenbrier Court. It's quite a large house for 2 people now. People have made lifelong friendships here. Even when people move away, they seem to keep the friendship.
We're here just to kind of celebrate Saybrook and what it means to everybody and acknowledge the people who've helped make it special for more than 5 decades.
I'm Alyssa Bochenek for Naperville News 17.
We look forward to sharing your stories this year.